over there. Working on a few trades with some people. If you're, for instance, the one was an ABC trade. You gotta be willing to risk some money to make some money. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You got to watch your stop loss. Make sure it's not too tight. You know, if you're trying to win $200, you can't expect to put a $10 stop loss. I have no idea what um, some people's stop losses were, but the trade worked out absolutely perfect. But it's all with learning. All right, so we're all there. Make sure if you get the level 3 membership, go watch the videos before you come over trade, and that might help out a lot. And just be patient with it. You know, if it's something you really want, believe me, I there's days like yesterday was fantastic, and there's other days that are just terrible. You just want to give up, but I won't give up. I refuse to. I love it, and that's why you guys are here. You know, investing in crypto. Absolutely love it. So let's get going on this. First off, let's just get that out of the way. If you're interested in the level 3 membership, guys, I think we have 133 members over there now. Thank you so very, very much, guys. Really mean that. I love you. Thank you. At $14.99 gets you into our Discord. People there all the time, 24/7, and also get you 9 hours worth of videos to watch to learn how to chart these charts. 20 plus videos. All right, let's go. You can see Caspa here. First off, and we'll get deeper in this, but you can see from the top here, this has come back up to a 702. All right, you can see wicks all over, but the closing candles are really what matters. All right, we have gotten rejected off this 702. You can see it pulling down now. We'll look for a price target here as soon as we get back. And let's take a look at a couple other things real quick. Got a little bit to cover here today. CoinGlass. Let's head over here real fast. I want to see the liquidations. Bitcoin really hasn't started a big drop or anything yet, so kind of just hanging out up there, up in the 60s. What is it at? I think it's down. What is it, down 3% today or something? 24-hour liquidations, 324.7 million. That's down 53%. Open interest, look at 56.7 billion, another 4.2% up. And 24-hour volume, wow. Can you see the people coming into crypto now? 275.2 billion. That's actually down 18% from yesterday, but $250 billion in volume last 24 hours. 50.44% longs and 49.56% shorts out there. If we come down here real quick, $60,686, down actually 0.21%. Volume is down 25%. Look at the volume. Look at the negative numbers here. I think that put a little bit of scare into people yesterday. You know, I don't know if it's people taking some profits off the table. That 1,000 bonk, isn't that weird that showed up? And when I started the video and was talking about the trade, that was it right there. It was an ABC correction, and it worked out absolutely perfect for me. You just got to watch your stop loss, that's all. Give yourself some room. If you have it too close, you're going to get wicked out, but this ended up being a what was it, over a 200% trade, so I over doubled my money that I had on it. You know, don't always work like that, guys. I have days where I could bang my head off the wall. I've had days where I slammed my laptop shut. You know, you get upset, you can't help it. All right, let's head over to the crypto bubbles here. Hope everybody's having a great day. Finally a nice day here in PA. Got about 3 inches of snow, but crazy. Went from thunderstorms yesterday to snow last night. Look at bonk up 97%. This is for the week. Let's go to the day. Up 54%. Jeez, it's crazy. These meme coins, bonk, shib. There's Hex doing pretty well. Everything's up pretty decent today. Got a little bit of red out there. Where is Caspa? Every single time, guys. Ridiculous, isn't it? You'd think you could that I could spot it out very easily, but I can't. It's crazy. So let's just search for it up here then, I guess. KAS. Number 31, 24-hour volume, 92 million, market cap 3.94 billion. Remember when we just crossed the billion mark? I specifically remember that. We'd get over it and then we'd be just under it. But nice to be up there now, getting close to $4 billion market cap. 7.173 cents, 17.3. If we come over to the wallets here, last 24 hours, minus 52 crabs. I don't even know why it's 100 to 1,000. I guess that's $170 if you buy 1,000 Caspa. And that's crazy thinking. I mean, just 6 months ago it was a lot less than that. So, but the last 30 days been piling on. Minus 5 whales plus 1 Aquaman. The minus 5 whales, that's the only thing really. Everything else is green. Everybody else has been stacking on. Come over here to the Kaspa website. I thought this was pretty cool. They had a listing on here of all the companies now that accept Caspa. 58 of them on here. Coco's Korean fried chicken. GPU mining rigs. Belgian deli. And if you come down through here, there's quite a few. Of course, Africa over there, I see a lot. Caspa talks a lot about Africa and the meetings over in Africa. I guess they're trying to really push it over there. I know Cardano was really trying to get into Africa here a couple years ago and, help the unbanked over there. There's a lot of people over there that don't have access to banking and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's pretty cool in here. They got 58, there's 58 companies on here. The list on here, mushroom extracts, I think it's just pretty cool. I don't know how many American companies are in here, but looks like an American company. Master Miner, Chechia, Texas. There's one. Dubai, Turkey. Yeah, I see they have a lot in Turkey. Istanbul, Turkey. But I thought that was pretty neat to show you guys that. If we come over here, we're going to take a real quick look at Bitcoin. Right here, I wanted to show you guys this. Yesterday I showed you this extension on this thing. Now you could, I guess, pull it down just a hair. Sometimes these things overextend. And if this is right, if it is, nobody's absolutely perfect, that's for sure. But you'd have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. After 5 waves, you have an A, B, C. Then you have a bottom, and then you should continue on your way up. Now, this thing, obviously, if we go in here a little bit closer on here, on a 4-hour, you can see we are starting, it looks like we're starting a leg down here. Now, if this was the 5th wave, which it absolutely looks like it to me, you can even see 5 waves here. You should have 5 waves inside of these waves. Right there's 5 there, so that's definitely a wave. You can count all of these out if you actually get in there. And I'm on a 4-hour. If you go to the hourly, you can see it a lot better. But this should be working an A wave down now. Okay, this should be coming down, wherever it ends up. A B wave up to a 618, and then your C wave down. All right, you can measure them C waves with your fib. And they, most of the time, they turn out absolutely perfect. You'd have your B right up here to the 618. That was close. And then you would put that on top of your B wave. And that would give you, and that would give you your C wave extension. And that should be a perfect bottom if it ended up like that. Okay, we'll have to wait to see where this A wave stops and starts back up. And then wherever it stops at, we'll have an idea where Bitcoin's going. That's what I'm expecting here. The 4-hour RSI is rolling down. The 8 is just right, 86 and a 95. It's just starting down. The 12-hour, same thing, 87 and a 95. The daily just got a hook on the top here. You can see that's a 87 and an 80. Let me open this up a little bit more. I apologize. There we go. On the weekly, has anything changed over here? The weekly's still heading up in 84 and a 68. The monthly, this is the one that I've really been watching. Still at 100 and 100. All right, well, been waiting for that one tick down. When are we really going to get that massive, smack back here? I was really expecting that 702 to give it problems, but it sometimes don't work out like that. Don't do what you want it to do all the time. I learned that real fast when I got into crypto, especially when I started charting here. But if this is right, then we should be working on an A wave down and a B wave up, and we'll know within the next couple days here for sure what's going on here. All right, Bitcoin dominance. We haven't talked about that for a while. I'll take a quick look at it here because it is working up to the areas that we've talked about before. You can see here, still expecting it to get up to that 60.6%. That's a B wave. All right, and then that C wave down. Maybe that will be our alt season. If this plays out like that, if that comes up to that 618, that would knock Bitcoin dominance down to 26%. Wow, can you imagine how the altcoins would fly then? So, hope for this. Hope that this is an ABC and we head up to 60% here. I mean, we're working our way up there. When we started this, we were way down here. So we're definitely getting up there. It's up at 54% now. We'll take a quick look at the Dow. I mean, obviously the Dow Jones, well, the Dixie, we haven't looked at that for a long time either, guys. Kind of been cutting these out of the videos, but they are super important. Just look at this. Looks like a head and shoulders forming right here. You'd have a shoulder, head, and shoulder maybe forming out here. We'll see what happens with that, but definitely looking like a head and shoulders to me. That would be bearish for the Dixie if it ends up playing out like that. The Dow Jones, we got to keep an eye on the Dow. Absolutely. I mean, this thing passed this all-time high back here and has never came back to retest it yet. Okay, did kind of a little bit of a retest here. If we zoom in there a little bit, this yellow line right here is the all-time high, the previous all-time high. But you would expect this thing eventually to make its way back down here, retest it, and then bounce. Is that when Bitcoin gets a big pullback and then takes off? We'll see. What's the weekly RSI look like? 90 and a 96, extremely bearish. The monthly is at a 100 and a 94. All right, so you can see a correction coming in the Dow Jones pretty soon. All right, it's gonna happen. I mean, it looks like 5 waves up. That might be a 4 and a 5. We'll find out real soon. That thing starts pulling back. I would definitely expect Bitcoin to pull back then. Gold, $2,046. Boy, oh boy. Look at that. That was that double top. Then we made that all-time high right here, and never really haven't given it another shot yet. Wouldn't that be weird? 1, 2, 3, then make another one here. Of course, we got that $2,146. Still haven't beat it. PQRS. Here we go. The S&P 500. I apologize if you heard dinging in the background. That's on my phone. That's the Discord. I got to get that thing shut off. It goes off all night long. There are 133 members now. I love it. I thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. And if you ask me a question in Discord and I don't get back to you right away, it's not that I'm ignoring you at all. I look at charts too, and then I go back over to Discord and see what people are saying, and I'll throw some charts over there for people if you're interested in getting in on a trade on them. And other people post charts over there. It's really an awesome thing. I love it. You can see the S&P 500 is almost at a 4.236 extension here. Getting super, super close. The monthly RSI at a 100 and a 90, and the weekly, look, 95.7 and a 95.9. Bearish. So we have a bearish S&P on the weekly, and we have a bearish Dow Jones on the weekly. It's going to have an effect on Bitcoin, obviously. Then we come over to Caspa here, and let's dig into this chart a little bit. Now you can see this bounce back up to that 702. What that would normally mean, I mean, if we get rejected there and don't give another, we didn't have any closing candles above this 702. All right, so this can end up being a big A, B, C. All right, a target for this C wave would end up being down here at about 15 cents, 14.99, 15 cents. All right, what would invalidate this is if we take out this. I didn't include this Bitcoin wick on this chart. I just don't. I don't know. I could, but I don't. I really don't want to. It's not fundamentally, you know, right to me. Yeah, but when these charts are building, and then Bitcoin has a big fall and rips the chart apart, I don't believe it has anything. I'm not going to put it in there. I don't believe fundamentally it should be in a chart. Some of these wicks went way down for some of these tokens and coins. So what would invalidate this? Yeah, if we take out this 702 up at 1806.52 and have a closing day above that, that would invalidate this. Now, as far as the RSI, and this isn't bad news. If we pull down to 15, if this turns out to be a big ABC and we pull down to 15, that's a huge opportunity as far as I see it. And as soon as that bottom comes in, at bottom of that ABC, this thing's going to start tearing again. There's no question about it. An ABC signals a bottom. 48 and 55 on the 4-hour, bearish. 62 and a 71 on the 8-hour. You can see the big red 8-hour candle here. The 12-hour is also rolling over 65.5 and a 65.7. And you can see down here, did we have any bearish divergence on here? Just a little bit. On the daily, 17 and an 18. All right, kind of rolling over a little bit here. We had that. No bearish divergence on the daily. That's good. The weekly still heading up, 65 and a 49. That's what I mean. If we get to see, if this is an ABC and we get it over with, this thing can start going again. If we get out here on a weekly and look at this thing, let's get this off here. I truly believe this bull cycle for Caspa is going to be a monster. All right, I showed you this before. We did this 4.236 for this first move here. Look how well that played out. If we do this for the second move and we get some targets, the first one played out perfect. These second targets for this next run are going to be, up to 35, roughly 35.3. Our first one will be 19.2, then 25.4, then 31.5 cents, and then 35. And then what will happen if we finish up there? What if this is another, let's do this. What if this is where the next top is at, okay? And then similar to this here, we have, what kind of pullback was that? We could get a really good idea here. All right, this ended up pulling back to, what did it do? 50% retracement. Okay, 50%. Surprised it wasn't a 618. I'm really kind of shocked about that. Usually that 618, I have that thing pounded in my head all day. All right, a 50% retracement. So if we come up here, hold on one second here. If we come up here and we have a 50% retracement on this thing, that would pull, we'd have to know where our other wave is here. Let's go with this. Let's go with percentage-wise then. 40%. We had a 40% drawdown. All right, that'll give us some kind of idea here. Let's go with, these are going to be bigger numbers up here. Let's just go with the 25% on this move, okay? So if we come up here, there, down to that 24.2, what kind of targets will be, excuse me, would we be looking at now? All right, if we finish this one up, that gave us up to 35.3. This next set of targets would end up putting us up towards 70 cents, and then of course the shorter you go, the shorter the targets here. All right, if we take and do this, all right, if we come down here and just take price range, date range, I can copy these bars pattern. Here we go. How about we take this here, pull it up here, that's not going to work out. Well, maybe. It's pretty similar to what I did right there. pull back to 25. Right up to 50 cents. Regardless, after this 35.3, we'll be heading up to, 50, 60, 70 cents. Then after that, we'll be up over the dollar mark. We just got to do these waves, these sets of waves here. This is all going to end up being right here. More than likely a 1, 2, would be working on a 3. I can't get enough screen here to get it up there. But a big 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for this bull cycle, and it would end up being, pretty massive by the time it's over with, So this wave threes are normally your biggest move. So maybe we'll get a shocker out of this one here, and it'll end up going a lot further than we think. But this is when this is over with, this whole thing is going to look massive compared to this 1, 2 is going to look like nothing when this moves over with, and I have it going up towards $1 here, but FOMO is going to kick in, the bull run's going to massively kick in here, and I truly believe $3 to $5. I really do for Caspa. I believe that's 100% possible. Like I said before, I watched Cardano go from 4 cents before anything. It was in this time of year. In fact, it was in April this time 4 years ago. 4 cents. The Caspa is at 17, and Cardano went to $3. Has about the same tokenomics. I think Caspa has more going for it right now than Cardano does. And I love ADA. I love Cardano. I really do. But I believe Caspa has, it's the new kid on the block, and I believe it's the new shiny thing. That's how bull runs go. This thing's going to do incredible. I mean, like I said, this wave 1 and 2 is going to look tiny by the time this thing's over. All right, guys, thank you so very much. I'm sorry for rambling on there. I just tried to get everything out. I'm pumped about this. It's going to be great. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everybody, and I will talk to you very soon.